So what they appear to have done is they're contemplating a draft law that would essentially bypass the Hong Kong legislature in terms of implementing potential restrictions on civil liberties among those living in Hong Kong. So it potentially could be something that violates the concept of one country, two systems that China agreed to during the handover. The National People's Congress has voted to give the Standing Committee the authority to start drafting this legislation. This legislation could effectively give sweeping powers to the government in China to limit the freedoms of those in Hong Kong on the grounds of national security. And that is what is most concerning, because when we say national security, it gives the government a huge and very wide mandate to enact any sort of draconian restrictions on civil liberties that they want. That's the part that's most concerning. So it is a very difficult situation in terms of policy, because there's a basic dilemma here. On the one hand, I think the United States wants to stand firm against this effort to try to crack down on civil liberties and autonomy in Hong Kong. On the other hand, if we push all-out sanctions, that will have the effect of hurting the Chinese government, but it will also hurt the people, the economy, the businesses in Hong Kong. So it's a bit of a policy dilemma. I think one of the most important things that could be done right now is really a full-on multilateral, full court, if you will, full court press diplomatic effort, not just by the United States, but by the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Japan, G7 countries, G20 countries, messaging China that taking such action would have dire consequences overall for the country's profile in global politics. If sanctions were to be implemented, they would have to focus on particularly on certain entities or individuals in China rather than a sanction against Hong Kong, again, to preserve the welfare and the freedom of the Hong Kong people, because they are innocent victims and should not be the ones sanctioned over Chinese behavior.